So as promised, I'm following up with a video once I got everything mounted on the Bergara BPR17 in 308. Had some questions from some guys that emailed me about the proprietary rail. Proprietary rail under here that I mounted in would cover, it's a 5-inch rail, so it would cover 3 of these tapped and drilled holes. Fit in there perfectly. It does not fit into these recesses as some people had thought. It is perfectly flat on the bottom, but these holes are a proprietary measurement. There's nothing I could find on the market. I have probably 20 different picatinny rails laying around in the parts bin or whatever. I could find nothing that would line up with these holes. I figured, well, I could just drill some holes, but that would be hacked together. So I bought their $37 rail. Got it from Red Hawk Rifles. Very fast shipping from those guys. Called them, and I literally had a tracking number within 15 minutes of ordering, and it got here really rapidly. My first interaction with Red Hawk, I know that they're pretty decent aftermarket manufacturer, but their customer service is great. So mounted the green blob Atlas wannabe bipod on here, and I'll tell you, it's not an Atlas bipod, but it's right there as far as quality control. It does have a little bit of play here. When you lock your item, you can see that wiggle just a little bit, but it's not horrendous. I think I paid $55 for this thing delivered. I bought 3 of them after I got the first initial one in and saw the quality of it. Really great quality for an amazingly low price. It's just a drawdown, and it's one of those quick connect ball bearing, and I believe looks like there's 5 ball bearings that engage with those notches. So really positive action, nice high quality item for the money, and I'm amazed. The only thing on the entire rifle that I halfway possibly skimped on was the bipod. It came with an Accuracy International magazine. I bought 4 more MDT TAC AICS compatible 308 magazines for it. One thing is, the Accuracy International just slides up in really nicely. With these, you've got to give it a little tap to get it in seated and get the mag release to actually seat on the back of that little notch right there. So I'm sure that'll break in over time, and then they'll probably wear out because they're a polymer magazine and they just don't last forever. But I found 4 of them at quite a deal, so I bought it. As with all other systems that I have put together, Badger Ordnance Max 50 rings, ST-10 TPal, US Optics with the internal bubble level that I've done a review on previous to this. Horrible internal bubble level. The only thing it's good for is ensuring that, and I've got a US Optics on the other side here also, one of the little screw take off the hood type deals. When you're mounting the scope initially, you can put your standard auxiliary US Optics level on the rail, and then as you're tightening these down, you'll note, because if you shine a flashlight down in there just right, you can see the bubble level. Pretty much can't see it other than that. But you'll be able to utilize the bubble level to ensure that your elevation and windage is perfectly online. More importantly, the elevation. But I'm going to cross over here real quick. So I got to manipulating the buttstock around a little bit. I extended it out to have a little bit longer length of pull. Like the clamping system, I was unsure on this XLR chassis if I was going to really like that, because there's nothing to keep it from rotating. When I initially got it, this was loose. This gun came assembled from Bergara this way. This chassis has Bergara stampings or reliefs in it, probably laser etched, I'm not sure. But this locking nut was loose, so I reefed it down in there and put a little Loctite on it. Backed off so I had a better length of pull, adjusted the comb up to where my eye sat nicely in the reticle. One thing that I'm not a fan of is this is a little bit brief for me. I'd like another inch to an inch and a quarter of this comb to be present for the correct eye relief. But beautiful rifle all the way around. Now this system, this action, which they claim is proprietary action, it sure looks the part of a Tikka to me. It is not a Tikka though. I think they modeled it quite a bit after it. I don't believe that there's any parts that are interchangeable on this with a Tikka, though it is modeled quite a bit like it. This is a very rigid and smooth system back and forth. I would like to put a larger knob on this, of course, but it appears like it may be just threaded in there. I've got an email out to Bergara to let me know, do I have to heat this up? Can I just put a wrench on it and twist it off? Do they offer anything else that that I could purchase to replace on there? Because their website is kind of brief. It's got some pretty pictures, but for real world users, I didn't find it all that informative. And them getting back to you is not the most rapid. Let's leave it at that. Can't wait to shoot this gun. Right now it's 14 degrees outside, so I don't think I'm going out to shoot it today, but hopefully as soon as it warms up in the spring, I will get it out and throw some hand loads through it and see what kind of groups we get out of it. Alright, well, thanks, and hit me up with any questions if you have them. Hope you enjoyed the video.